This is a quick video for Mac users to help you set up your environment for computer organization. The first thing I recommend that you do is create a folder for your work in this class. I'll create a new folder on my desktop called CSC250. And then we need to set up the VPN and talk about the terminal and the VS Code editor. Our first step is to set up the VPN, which will allow us to act as though our computer were on campus, even if we physically are not. If you Google Davidson VPN, you'll find this page from T&I, which I will also link on our Slack page. And you should follow these instructions to install the Cisco AnyConnect app and set up the VPN. Once you've done that, we also need to install VS Code. We can find that by searching for VS Code Mac, and we can go to this download page from visualstudio.com and install the Mac version. Once you have that installed, I recommend placing it on your taskbar because you'll be using it a lot this semester. And we'll also be making a lot of use of the terminal. The terminal is already installed on every Mac, and you can find it under Applications Utilities, or you can simply search for it. And once you have this open, I recommend also pinning it to the taskbar. When you open a new terminal, by default it opens to your home directory, but if you want instead to have the terminal open to your CSC250 directory, then you can type the command cd for change directory space, and then drag the folder onto the terminal and hit return. And now your terminal is accessing that same folder. For the most part, this terminal application on the Mac is almost identical to the Linux terminal that we'll be learning about this semester. But one handy extra feature that the Mac terminal has is the command open. If you do open space dot, a single dot refers to the current directory, and the open command is the equivalent of double-clicking on something within the file system. So if we do open dot, then it's like we double-clicked on the current folder, and that folder opens up in the Finder. Likewise, you could do open and then the name of a file, and it will be as though you double-clicked that file for it to open with the default application. Next, let's open VS Code and do some basic configuration. The first thing we probably want to do in the Explorer tab of VS Code is open our CSC250 folder. And so now, when we put some files in that folder, they'll show up in our VS Code Explorer pane. Then we want to go to the Extensions tab in this left-hand bar, and we can search for a couple of extension packs that will be extremely useful this semester. The first one we can find by searching for C/C++, and we want the C++ extension pack from Microsoft. We'll install that, and then we also want to search for remote development and install the Microsoft Remote Development extension pack. Now if I clear my search, we see that this has installed a number of VS Code extensions, which will be really handy for both coding in C and accessing things remotely through VS Code. In the next video, I'll show you how you can use the terminal and VS Code to access things in the Watson 132 lab remotely. But from now on, I will be recording these videos from Linux. But you just need to know that when I open a Linux terminal, you can open a terminal on your Mac, and likewise, in VS Code, you should be able to do everything that I do from your local version.